Good morning and welcome to our close at Bernama Web TV. Today we are joined by Mr. Ramzi Toubassy, the Industry Promotion Committee Chairman for Life Insurance Association Malaysia, or otherwise known as LIAM. Thank you, sir, for coming today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay, let's get on with it. Okay, some may not know the importance of life insurance to all of us.
Sure.
Could you just please tell us?
Absolutely. In my opinion, life insurance is the most important industry in the world. And I say it from the bottom of my heart. Because it helps people.
Okay.
For example, unfortunately in life, people either live too long, God forbid, die prematurely, as a result of sickness or as a result of an accident, or they become disabled. When these elements take place, what's going to happen to the family that are used to the standard of living that the breadwinner was providing for that family? As a result, this is where life insurance comes in, because the plans that life insurance offers comes in and it provides the coverage for the family to maintain the standard of living that they were used to before the tragedy happened. Because as you know, some may have children that have to go to school, and families will always be there when there's tragedy. But as you know, priority to the other families is their own children.
Yes, true.
So they will help as much as they can, but eventually they're going to say, you know what, my children come first. And this is where life insurance will be there to maintain that standard of living and help that family maintain what they wanted to do in life, whether children going to college, in the schools, whatever standard of living they were living before.
How much an insurance cover does a person need in his lifetime?
This is something that is debated all the time, but what we always learn is the coverage needs to be 10 times your annual income.
10 times annual.
Why? Because today in Malaysia, before we talk a little bit, I want to go to another related subject. Today in Malaysia, the insurance penetration is only 50%. That means only 50% have life insurance, or 52%. Yeah.
Okay.
Now, Bank Negara is coming up with a lot of initiatives, working with LIAM closely, to increase the penetration of life insurance coverage to 72% by the year 2020, 72 to 75% by 2020. Now, unfortunately, even with the 50% that we have today, or the 52% that we have today, 90% of that 52 are underinsured, which means they don't have the exact coverage that will maintain. Now, why do we say,
90%?
in my opinion, about 90 to 95% are, that's what we see in our industry. Many of the people are underinsured. So what can we do to make sure that they are insured properly? There's a standard where they say 10 times your annual income. Why? Because 10 times your annual income will provide the family with the exact standard of living they were used to for the next 10 years. And if the money is invested, it will go much longer than that as well.
Why are 90, in your opinion, 90 to 95% of the 50% insured is underinsured? Why is
well, it's all goes back to when there's the contact between the consumer and the distribution channel. Now remember, in life insurance, there's many aspects to selling life insurance. Here in Malaysia, we're used to the agent. But also, aside from the agent selling life insurance, there's also the banks. There's a lot of tie-ups between the banks and the life insurance companies where we sell life insurance through the branches of those banks as well. There is also online where some companies, and then in the future Bank Negara is working with us to have also where the consumer will be able to buy life insurance through the internet as well. Also, we're trying to grow the brokerage side where brokers will be said that are not affiliated to any life insurance company, but they will look at which products are the best and best suited for the customer, and they will go and sell life insurance. Now, you were asking why then is that issue? Because what happens usually is at the point of the financial health check, there will be kind of an all-round questions about the finances of the consumer, where they are, where they want to go, what they want to do. Again, if I divert a little bit, just to explain even clearer to you, today when we go to a store to buy something, let's say you wanted to buy a sweater.
Okay.
You go to the store knowing you want to buy that sweater. And you go into that store, the moment the person that works at the store comes to you and says, "Hi, can I help you?" The first thing you say is, "No, no, 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 I'm looking." Correct?
Yes, true.
Because, as human nature, we don't want anybody to pressure us what to do. Then you take your time, then you ask for the help. And then once you buy it, you have an immediate touch of that benefit. You buy the sweater, you wear the sweater, you're happy with it. In life insurance, the person has no idea, the consumer has no idea now when they're being approached that they're going to be talk about life insurance. And life insurance is not a good news kind of thing, because we're going to talk about death, disability, retirement, medical stuff. No one wants to hear about that. So that puts them in more to reject than to say, okay, let's talk more. And sometimes where they say, you know what, I don't have money, I don't have the time, and then the person trying to sell the life insurance, trying to sell the plan and its benefits, would then tell the customer, okay, let's get something for you that you can afford. At least you have little coverage versus no coverage whatsoever. So this is one of the reasons that sometimes we have an but that's not serving the consumer well. We need to do, as a life insurance industry, a much better job in order for us to reach that level. Today, Malaysia is a developing market. Developing market means that not many people understand or know about life insurance. There's always an emerging market, a developing market, and a mature market. Maybe an emerging market will be Indonesia or Vietnam, where even where the knowledge of life insurance is completely not there. A developing market is like Malaysia, where they're close to becoming a mature market in the coming years, where people know a little bit about life insurance, but not as much. So as the market matures, as the levels of understanding life insurance matures, that's when people will start understanding more about it. They will know how to ask the right questions and know the importance of coverage, and then it starts getting much better than where we are today.
Okay, what is the aspirations of LIAM?
LIAM is, as you know, consists of the 16 life insurance companies that are here today and licensed to do business here in Malaysia. We work very closely with the regulator. We are working hand in hand to see how we can increase the penetration to 72%, increase the knowledge, and where we want to get to on that part. Secondly, we want to protect the consumer. We want to make sure that the consumer is protected. For example, we were talking about agents earlier. Today, we have a service that you can go on either internet or SMS on the LIAM website, and you can basically check who the agent is. If they're registered, if they're really that person that they claim they are. Let's say I came to you, correct, or through an SMS. So let's say I came to you, I'm Ramzi Toubassy, I give you a financial health check, we spoke about life insurance, the importance of it. But before you do further business with me, you want to make sure, am I really Ramzi Toubassy? Am I really registered? Am I somebody that's making it look like I'm Ramzi Toubassy? So by going on that SMS service or the internet, you'll be able to find out if I am really who I am, and if I am truly basically not someone that's taking advantage of you, basically. Another thing that LIAM does is we promote the life insurance industry through events. We promote them also through talks with the for example, we also do a lot of talks and events with the Ministry of Health, with a lot of different organizations, and we try to always be there to make sure people are aware of life insurance. Also, we'd like to give back to the community. So what LIAM does also is we work through Hayat Cares, which is basically we give back to the community. And what we do there, for example, is we promote, awareness on cancer. We make sure people have brochures or write-ups about cancer to understand about cancer. We go to pediatric hospitals, visit cancer patients. We also provide donations to those hospitals. We work with college students to basically help us do nationwide blood drives, visit underprivileged children. So we do a lot of things, all in order to not only give back to the community, but make sure that people are understanding the importance of life insurance, and also making sure that the consumers are protected and are getting what they really deserve in terms of the life insurance services.
So those activities under Hayat Cares, you go around Malaysia?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right. So, okay, LIAM has been in industry for about 42 years.
Yeah.
42 years, okay, more than 40 years.
Yeah.
Okay, so in that time period, how has the industry changed or transformed?
LIAM and Bank Negara both have played a very crucial role in making the life insurance industry much more professional, and we have a long way to go still, but much more professional, more stable, more progressive, going to the future. And for example, one of the things we do today, the agent that people see, if we're talking about agents, because a lot of people talk about agents and associate life insurance only with agents, but those agents, the moment they're recruited, they have to go through intense training. They have to also go through, after the intense training, they have to basically also do an exam to get licensed, to be able to officially go and meet consumers. Every year they have to work through 30 hours of training.
30 hours?
30 hours in order for them to be able to continue having their license. So it's a continuous education and professionalization, plus there are many things else that I just discussed with you in regards to Hayat Cares. Another great thing that we're very proud of, that we're doing, and we started last year, because we believe that the youth are the future of Malaysia.
Yes.
And we believe that they need to be aware of the importance of life. Forget about life insurance. Live responsibly. We always have this motto called YOLO. You only live once. We're very proud of that one. You only live once.
Yes.
So last year, we decided to visit many campuses here in West Malaysia, and we promoted to the students their opportunity to basically come up with 4 to 5 minute videos about social responsibility, life, and we had thousands upon thousands of people that registered, and then we picked the top 10, and we had a similar like an Academy Awards of those top 10, and then we had the top 3 winners of the top 10, so everybody came and we put them in a nice big movie theater. We got a celebrity or two to show up, and it was very nicely done, and the universities loved that, what we've done. And there were prizes given to the number 1, number 2, and number 3 basically winners on the You Only Live Once kind of campaign through the youth. So what we did now is, because it was very successful, now we're expanding it even more. So now what we're doing is we're going to go all the way to Sabah State and Sarawak State in East Malaysia. We're going to the campuses there. As we speak now in March, April and May, we're going to have booths in different campuses, promoting it, get the students very excited, and then we're going to even provide them with kind of mentors on how to do videos and how to do those that are interested.
Is it the same theme or different ones?
Same theme, You Only Live Once, but new batch of students, and we've expanded it to go to East Coast and East Malaysia as well. So we're going to have many more students, and the Academy Awards kind of thing at the end, which is going to be around the end of June. We're not going to make it in a movie theater, we want to make it at a nice hotel, we're thinking, and make it much more like an Academy Awards kind of thing. This will drive the youth to understand and appreciate you only live once. You should live responsibly, you should, live in a way where you are financially savvy, what you need to think of, just to get them to understand how important life is and how to act responsibly. So that gets their interest through that.
What are some of the efforts done by LIAM to instill professionalism in the agency channel?
Right. Sorry, I just spoke about it, I'll just repeat it again, but one of the things again is the pre-contract licensing exams that every agent has to go through. The second one obviously is the 30-hour a year that they need to go through in order to maintain their license and do that. Thirdly, working closely with Bank Negara in order to increase the penetration ratio. Working also with Bank Negara on the life framework, which is very important. And the life framework has 3 important elements to it. One of them is basically the innovation of products. So we're working with Bank, how can we be more innovative? How can we get more people selling, more different distribution channels being more innovative on the life insurance. Second, and the second element obviously is to basically increase that penetration through online, through different multi-distribution channels selling life insurance, and at the end, market conduct, which is very important. You see, today many people probably think, you know, the agent, when they come, they are thieves, they want to steal my money, and I want to be very careful, imposing, persistent, and all that. Unfortunately, yes, we have this, but if you look at it from a percentage point of view, we have it probably around 4 to 5 to 3% of those that are like that. And market conduct through the life framework, we will be able to weed them out very early, because we need to get those people out, and we have ways to identify who those people are. And once they are identified, they are out, they are blacklisted, they will never be able to work in the insurance industry for the rest of their lives. But unfortunately, like any human nature, you're going to have your 2, 3, 4% that always want to do things unethically, unprofessionally. But it's our responsibility to weed them out, and we work closely with Bank Negara. And the Life Framework's market conduct side of it is going to take it to that next level to make sure how we're going to be able to weed them out in a much more efficient way. Because in the end, as you know, you see a lot of advertisement and billboards all over about different life insurance companies.
Yes, true.
We can pay so much money on that, but the real advertisement is the people that represent us. So if they are unethical, if they are doing something unprofessional, it goes, all the millions of ringgits that you pay, or the tens of thousands of ringgits that you pay, are gone to the garbage. Yeah. Because then you have that kind of bad reputation. So whether it's LIAM or the insurance companies that are part of LIAM, whether it's Bank Negara, we all have the same objective. We want to professionalize and make the life insurance industry an industry that is extremely important and much more appreciated by the people, by the consumers in Malaysia.
As a consumer, what do we need to look into, the key elements that we have to focus on when we are approached by agents to buy life insurance, or other things that we have to focus on?
I mean, again, the way we train our agents is to do a full financial health check, where there are questions, there are things that they approach, fact find, that they know information about the breadwinner, and let the agent do that financial health check, because you can discover a lot of things about where your needs and gaps are in terms of life insurance. And then what we have to be aware of is what we train the agent is not to sell a specific product, is to sell the need. Which means, what is my need? When the agent just tells you the product, hey, you know, I have this product for you, look at it, it's very good. This is not how we train our agents. Then we need to know who these people are so we can weed them out. They need to do a financial health check, a good fact find, and based on that fact find and based on that need, they are trained to know what that real coverage is for that person. And there's nothing expensive, because whatever that need is, there are many plans, some more expensive than others, but it goes cheaper, that will take care of that specific need. Because the way it's done is, if that's what your need is, that means financially you can afford it. And so basically what people need to know is, let the agent do a comprehensive financial health check, fact finding, the way they're trained, and let's not push products. This is when, you know, when someone's only pushing a product from the beginning, it may or may not be good for the consumer.
But I find my own experience, the agents that push products, normally they were the new agents, they were new agents, and they, in my opinion, they are not really trained enough to be with consumers. That is my opinion, because I've had experience, my own friends who just passed exams, and then they were eager to get clients for themselves, so that's my opinion.
Right. Just for you, I mean, you have a good point, but the way we do with our young agents is different. I mean, think about it. I just want to give you an idea how we do our training usually. Let's say you take your child to learn how to drive. Before they go do the exam, you're not going to just tell them, if someone tells you, oh mommy, I want to get a license, you're not going to say, okay, go, I'll see you later, get the license and come back. Or mommy, I want to drive. You're not going to say, okay, here's the car keys, go and drive, right? Yeah. So what do you do is, you go, okay, let's see how you drive. You sit with them in the car, you or the dad will sit with them in the car, and the way they're driving is a little bit shaky, but you're there with them until you are 100% sure that they know how to drive very well. So the way we teach our new agents today is, the manager of that group of the new agents has to teach them how to drive the car. So if they're very new, they should not be alone with the consumer. The first few months, the manager should be with them, sitting next to them, and helping them how to make the right approach to the consumer. Maybe sometimes they've done through that, and then they're still a little bit nervous and shaky, but as they see more people, they get more. But usually what we try to do is we don't let the new agent go to the client alone before this common driving together has taken place, and we know that they can drive okay. They're never going to drive well early on, but they, you know, when someone drives newly, they're not part of the car. They're looking, and it's not part of them. Now with us, we'll be thinking of different things and doing different things, but we're driving. Our brain knows what to do. So we need to, the new agent has to do that transition. So we have to make sure that they are going through a good transition.
Okay, Mr. Ramzi, last but not least, what is your message to our young generation out there?
I mean, to me, I love the young generation, no matter which country they're in, because they are the future of that country.
True.
And unfortunately, and we've all been young, we feel we are invincible. No matter what we do, nothing will happen to us. So the You Only Live Once campaign, what we've started with the university, and we have to do a lot of things in the university, because this is where we have to target at an early age. We need to teach them how to live responsibly, teach them to appreciate life. I mean, sometimes it breaks my heart when I see them on that motorcycle. You know how many accidents we have on them. The way they drive the motorcycle as if they own the road, and most cars don't even see where they're coming from. You see, this kind of I'm invincible, nothing's gonna happen to me. So they need to know more. They need to be more savvy financially. They need to be savvy in a responsible way. What do I want to do in life? Yes, you can live your age and have fun, but live responsibly, be careful. Understand that there's consequences to everything. And by doing this video awards and the Only Live Once campaign, it made them, by the way, most of the videos were about people losing things, getting disabled, and we never told them. But because they had to think of what to do video to be social, they naturally started thinking about this and making video about it. Now this generation of people, after doing the video, now are thinking differently. You know, I need to be careful, I need to think about finances more, I need to do this, I need to do that. So to me, this is what I love, the youth of tomorrow to do, is to be basically.
So when you talk about being financially savvy, right? So what are the things that these youth or the young people can do to get to be financially savvy?
In college today, many of them have to take accounting or finance or things of that nature. So instead of making it look boring, you know, let them see what it is. Today, the way we try to help them is also we work with these campus, students on campus to do a lot of blood drives with us. Go to the underprivileged, come with us to the pediatric hospitals. Once they start seeing what's out there in the world, they wake up. Like one day, I sometimes like to take my daughter to an orphanage place, because if she is blessed, many people are not blessed, but once she sees the difference, it changes her life. She starts thinking differently, and maybe, no, I don't want this just because I want it. There's so many people that can't get it. So once you expose them to a lot of things, once they take finance course, I mean, if they're taking financial or accounting courses, but they need to be involved in social responsibility, to give back to the community. That wakes because they're very impressionable at that age. And once we show them how many people have cancer or need blood, or underprivileged children, orphanage, this is where they start appreciating what they have, and it makes them much more responsible accordingly.
Okay, Mr. Ramzi, thank you for sharing your insights with us today. Thank you for coming as well.
Thank you so much for having me.
I am Muni Nasri for Up Close at Bernama Web TV.
Melalui pameran ini, masyarakat akan memahami institusi, raja dan agama, bangsa dan negara. Misalnya, sepanjang pemerintahan Kepala Dunia Mamulia Sultan Pahang selama 41 tahun, Pahang telah mencapai perkembangan dan kemajuan dalam berbagai bidang seperti infrastruktur, kesihatan dan sukan. Kerana kenapa kita buat satu hari konsert ni, oleh sebab kesatukan masa bersama tuanku, iaitu tuanku boleh hadir untuk satu persembahan, dan juga mungkin juga artis-artis yang bersama kita tidak dapat bersama untuk acara ini lebih dari satu hari kerana dia pun ada komitmen yang lain. Jadi
sebenarnya saya memang amat bangga untuk bersama dalam konsert ini, sebab saya memang dari dahulu lagi daripada waktu yang mampu menjadi Tuan Agung, saya biasa dapat untuk membuat persembahan yang hingga hari ini, alhamdulillah. Dan saya kira lagu-lagunya rasanya banyak yang sudah pun dipilih, banyak yang lagu kegemaran waktu yang mampu. Hai, Assalamualaikum, saya Datuk Husni Hamid. Jangan lupa datang ke Istana Budaya pada 27 hari bulan ini untuk menyaksikan konsert Raja dan Rakyat Berpisah.
Saya memang rasa bangga kerana dijemput persembahan di konsert ini, dan lagu-lagu yang saya pilih itu memang ada kesukaan lagu-lagu tuan. So it will be a surprise.
Hai, saya Datuk Leonard Tan. Jangan lupa saksikan saya di Istana Budaya pada 27 hari bulan Februari.
Why dia pilih I untuk konsert ini, I tidak tahu, maybe, but I'll give my best performance. Dan juga pilihan lagu bukan saya pilih, istana pilih, bukan saya pilih lagu itu. Dan of course very happy, gembira untuk buat persembahan untuk konsert Raja dan Rakyat. Terima kasih. Sampaikanlah salam cintaku padanya. Jangan lupa Dubai. Okey, terima kasih.
Sebenarnya persembahan ini desain dengan rapi oleh Azmi Burung. Jadi saya mengikut arahan daripada director, producer konsert ni untuk membuat persembahan. Apa-apa lagu pun saya kena ikut lagu dah pilih dah. Saya kena nyanyi lagu kepada Kekasih, salah satu duet dengan Jamal dari Kekasih untuk Kekasih. Dan saya fikir benda ni akan jadi sangat nice ya. So saya ada 200% trust Azmi bila dia produce satu benda. Entah berapa kali ku coba. Jangan lupa saksikan saya pada 27 hari bulan ini, konsert Raja dan Rakyat Berpisah Tiada. See you there.